Wesley Kidinga here, Captain Black Blood, and you are watching 3 Quarters Podcast.
Episode 10, part 2 of the 3 Quarters Podcast. Again, we're telling you guys, this is the 10th episode. We've been running for 10 weeks plus because there are a few weeks in December that we didn't shoot. But anyway, episode 10, part 2 of the 3 Quarters Podcast. This is Ngash, your official noisemaker.
Joro, the geek in charge.
And as always, we've been trying to tell you guys that the game is Rugby 15s. The 15s team is about to embark on what's going to be a serious challenge, taking on a couple of teams for the Rugby World Cup, for qualification to the Rugby World Cup in 2019, in Japan 2019. So therefore, the road to Japan 2019 begins now, and make sure you jump on the train, my guy, because if you are left, pole. We've chukuad, as you can see, we've chukuad water break. for part 2, bad day of the week. There were a couple of guys I thought about. Gabi Odero was playing very well. He was a good ball carrier for Strathmore.
Very powerful.
Very powerful ball carrier. I think he's a captain for under 19 or under 21. I'm not too sure.
I think the captain for under 19. Teddy Wiseman.
Teddy Wiseman who made it. Actually, he also had a decent game. Unfortunately, Gabi Odero was sent off. Therefore, we were not able to see him play the whole game. I liked also how the KU 8th man, Wesley Kidinga, who's also the captain. Yeah, he played well. But for me, my bad guy of the week was Brian Wahinya, who was a scrummer, the Black Nut scrummer. His distribution off the ruck, of the scrum,
quite quick.
I liked his urgency in terms of ball recycling, and that's how they were able to get the jump on Strathmore.
Yes.
He didn't. He also marshaled his forwards very well. He coordinated very well with his number 10. Therefore, for me, the bad guy of the week is Brian Wahinya. So Brian Wahinya, Black Lad, scrum big up. You had a good game yesterday. Takes us to the next step, Rugby 101. You being the geek in charge. I'll let you break it down for guys.
Okay. Now we've noticed guys. People like enjoying guys who are not too conversant to the game. They get confused with kicking for touch. So today let's break it down a bit. So basically, kicking for touch is when mostly it's done when you're playing in your own half. When you're in your own territory. The ideal place to play is in the opponent's half. So one technique is if the game is ongoing. If the game is live. If you kick for touch, kicking for touch means you kick it into the territory of the opponent and to take it out of the bounds of the pitch. So now you can restart play from the other side. So the basic rules are that if you're within your 22, if you're playing within your 22 and you kick for touch and it goes out without bouncing inside, that's kicking on the full. Then you go for the line out.
Sorry, just to add on to that, Njoro, sorry. If you're in the 22, if the kicker is in the 22, but the ball is carried into the pass comes from outside the 22. That's called within. That's called kicking. It has to bounce within to go out so that you restart play from that position. Okay. But if the ball is passed back into the 22 and you kick it out on the full, meaning it goes directly out without touching the ground. That means you kicked on the full and the line out is taken from your position of kicking. So that's what you'll commonly hear guys saying straight out. But there's also when you're kicking directly out on the full off a penalty, you will take the line out where the ball has left the field of play and you'll get possession of the line out. That's true. So commonly, I mean, yes, of course you talk about when you're trying to get territory and playing in their half, but commonly you'll see it when there's a full penalty that has been awarded and you're in your half. So you'll see them kicking.
You'd want to play to gain ground and start play from the opposition
territory. Fair enough. I'm just thinking, I mean, even in terms of international rugby, some guys that you think who had a very good technique in terms of kicking for touch, just off the top of your head.
I think for me the best kicker in terms of finding touch has to be Johnny Wilkinson. A guy could kick. He used to punish guys. You know, if you if he gets a penalty in the half, you know that they're going to start from there about the 5 meter. But you can also argue Dan Carter.
Yeah, even Dan Carter, yeah. A couple of guys actually. On a good day, Israel Dag has a very good kick for touch. Locally, a couple of guys. I like Eden's technique.
Eden is a very good kicker.
He's a good
and
kicker.
Also the Strathmore Flair.
Yes, he was a
Lumwaji, very good kicker.
He was a very good kicker. He had some very deft touches. On a good day, Neto also has very good. Yeah, he also has very good.
And he can do it on both feet.
On both feet, yeah, that's true. That's Rugby 101 for you guys. Kenya Sevens is starting this 28th, right?
28th of January.
Yeah, they're playing. What's the name? They're playing
England. So in Pule,
yes,
we're playing with England, Argentina, and Papua New Guinea. So it's gonna be tough.
It's gonna be tough.
Yeah, no to get to the quarters, it's gonna be tough.
Just to take guys real quick to mention the team that has been selected by Innocent Simiyu, otherwise known as Nampots. We have Dan Sikuta and Brian Tanga from Cabras Sugar. We have the skipper Andrew Amonde from KCB. We have Eden Agero and William Ambaka from Kenya Harlequins. We have Leonard Mugaisi, Bush Mwale, and Augustine Lugonzo from Menengai Homeboys. We have Billy Odhiambo and Collins Injera, who's just come back into this team from Wamba. We have Samuel Liet returning from injury. He's returning to the team. He's from Impala. And we have Oscar Omo also returning, and Nelson Oyo from Top Fry Nakuru. So as Joro has told you, they play Argentina at 4:32 a.m. on 28th. Then they play Papua New Guinea. Then they play England. England is the last game.
So that might just might be the decider.
Yeah, that might just be pool. So as the 3 Quarters podcast crew, we want to wish the Kenya Sevens team the best.
All the best, guys,
as they go to Wellington. Come on, slay some guys there.
come with that cup, man.
Come with that cup, which takes us to the next thing, which is going to be a pretty heated conversation. But let's see how it goes. The Sawyer Awards, Sport Personality of the Year Awards for this year or for last year, happened on Friday. We had a couple of guys. The rugby fraternity featured heavily in the awards. I just want to mention that for the guys, you had Eliud Kipchoge win Sports Personality of the Year. Sportsman of the Year. For those of you who don't know, Eliud Kipchoge won gold at the Rio Olympics in the marathon. And we had Vivian Cheriot, our 5,000 and 10,000 meter specialist, who took it for the women. Rugby's Collins Injera was number 3.
He was third there.
He was third, which is also a good thing. But now to the issue that we want to tackle here. Kenya Sevens ended up winning the team of the year.
Men's sports team of the year.
Men's sports team of the year. Our Kenya Simbas came up number 3. Fine, we do agree that these guys, yes, they did win the Singapore leg. But do you feel that they deserved it more than the Kenya Simbas?
Well, that's a big point of contention because Kenya Simbas only had 1 loss.
Yes.
As in we beat everyone else that we played. We had 1 loss in Namibia, away to Namibia.
Yes.
So we had a near perfect.
They beat Brazil away. They beat Hong Kong at home. They beat Uganda home and away. But they still came up third. Do you think it was fair?
Well, I think the fact that the Sevens won something.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, because it's hard to gauge when you're not playing a tournament.
Yes.
See, there is nothing tangible at the end of the day, so that can play a factor. But I do think it's a good thing that they were considered.
Yes.
But I think the issue was that there was nothing tangible. It was just qualify. It was just a test game.
Let me tell you what I think. Number 1, Sevens, and this is not to say that Sevens do not deserve the accolades.
Yeah, they deserve it.
They've put us on the map. They've made the game global. But the truth and the fact of the matter is, yes, they did win Singapore, but they were nowhere in the other games. In the Rio Olympics, they finished 11th out of 12. You know how people and the public were very critical of the performance of the Sevens teams at the Rio Olympics. Now, I'm just going to break it down here, and I want the viewers to think about this. If Kenya plays Namibia today in Sevens, Kenya will whoop Namibia.
Yeah.
But Kenya is still below Namibia in the world rankings.
Yeah.
So what does that go to tell you? the game is not sevens. The game is 15s.
Yeah, no, sevens is the shorter version of the game.
Yeah, sevens is the shorter version.
Yeah, 15s is the main,
The
main game, and I think we should try our best.
Yeah.
To educate guys.
Yes.
That rugby is about 15.
Yes.
Sevens is well and good because like if you look at these other countries, New Zealand,
England,
Australia,
yeah.
England, their sevens teams are mostly like maybe a platform.
Yes.
Or like if you can't cut it for the 15th team,
Yes.
you would probably play sevens.
Yeah.
Yeah. In fact, like that time, Sonny Bill.
Yes.
There's a point where he went. No, I'm sorry, Rocco Coco.
Yes.
There's a time he had lost form.
Yes.
So instead of discarding him completely from the team, he was sent to the sevens. He played sevens a bit.
Yeah.
Got back form.
Yeah.
And then came back to the 15s.
Yes. So as you say, in other countries it's a platform to get into 15s, but we do it vice versa. And unfortunately, the game of rugby in Kenya will never be able to grow until we realize that 15s is the
main game.
Is the main game. So I feel that the Simbas should have gotten the team of the year, despite them not having something tangible. But anyway, the jury is out on that one.
Yeah.
We also want to mention that Jackson Omaido, Kenya rugby legend, was also inducted into the Sports Personality of the Year Hall of Fame, which is also a good recognition for rugby.
Yeah.
So rugby has been getting some publicity, which is very good. Which is a very good thing. As we keep reminding you guys, subscribe to our YouTube channel, like our Facebook page, and follow us on Twitter at the 3 Quarters. We have been talking about 15s rugby. The road to Japan 2019 begins now.
Yep.
Make a point of just sending a message to these boys, hyping up these boys, and letting them know that the whole country is behind them as they embark on this tour. As we said before, this is episode 10. This has been part 2.
Part 2.
Chill for part 3. We'll be coming back. Cheers.
Cheers, guys.